Have you ever noticed that some people remain calm no matter what life throws at them? They lose money, face rejection, carry heavy responsibilities, and still walk through life with quiet confidence. Meanwhile, others seem to have everything: success, comfort, and recognition, yet never feel at peace. The difference isn't luck, it isn't talent, and it certainly isn't having an easier life. The real difference lies in a few simple habits repeated every day. These habits don't attract attention because they're quiet, but over time, they build a mind that cannot be easily shaken. Today, you'll discover the first lessons that have helped strong men remain steady through hardship for over 2,000 years. Stay until the end, because the final lesson in this part is one that most people ignore, and it may completely change how you begin every morning. Many people spend their lives chasing happiness in the wrong direction. They believe the next promotion, a bigger house, more money, or the perfect relationship will finally make them feel complete. Yet every time they reach one goal, another immediately appears. Satisfaction fades, and the race begins again. The ancient Stoics noticed this long before modern psychology explained it. They watched wealthy rulers remain miserable, while ordinary people with very little often lived with remarkable peace. From this, they reached a powerful conclusion. Happiness is never something the world hands to you. It is something you build through the way you think and the habits you practice every single day. Imagine two men living almost identical lives. They earn similar incomes, face similar problems, and wake up in the same city every morning. But one spends his day reacting to every inconvenience, every opinion, and every piece of bad news. The other faces the same challenges with patience, self-control, and purpose. Their circumstances are nearly identical, yet their experience of life couldn't be more different. That difference isn't personality. It isn't intelligence. It's the result of daily habits practiced so consistently that they become part of a person's character. The first habit begins before the world has a chance to influence your mind. Marcus Aurelius ruled one of the greatest empires in history, yet even he struggled to get out of bed some mornings. Instead of allowing those feelings to control him, he reminded himself why he had been given another day. Before dealing with armies, politics, and endless responsibilities, he first prepared his own mind. That's a lesson many people overlook today. Most people wake up and immediately reach for their phones. Within seconds, they're flooded with other people's opinions, arguments, bad news, and endless comparisons. Before they've even stood up, someone else is already controlling their attention. Strong people refuse to give away the first moments of their day. They create a few minutes of silence before the noise begins. They may sit quietly with a cup of coffee, write a few thoughts in a notebook, pray, meditate, or simply ask themselves one important question. Who do I choose to be today? That single question changes everything. Instead of allowing circumstances to decide your attitude, you decide it first. Instead of reacting to life, you begin leading it. You don't need an hour-long morning routine designed for social media. 5 quiet minutes can be enough to change the direction of your entire day. Because once the mind is centered, the outside world loses much of its power to disturb it. The second habit separates emotionally strong people from everyone else. Life will disappoint you. Plans will fail. People will betray your trust. Unexpected problems will appear exactly when you least want them. The question isn't whether hardship will come. It always does. The real question is how quickly you accept reality. One story about the Stoic philosopher Epictetus illustrates this perfectly. As a slave, he suffered tremendous pain when his leg was broken. Instead of exploding with anger, he accepted what had already happened. The injury was real. Fighting reality wouldn't heal it. This sounds almost impossible until you realize how often we do the opposite. Someone says something rude, and we replay it in our minds for hours. Traffic delays us for 5 minutes, but we stay angry for the next hour. A mistake happens at work, and we relive it all week. The event itself ends quickly. Our resistance keeps it alive. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that obstacles are not interruptions to life. They are part of life itself. Every setback becomes another opportunity to practice patience, wisdom, and self-control. Happy people aren't those who avoid problems. They simply stop arguing with reality. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask a far better question. Now that this has happened, what is the wisest thing I could do next? That small shift changes everything. The first question traps you in frustration. The second gives your power back. The next time something goes wrong, allow yourself to feel the disappointment. Stoicism never asks you to become emotionless. Feel it honestly, but don't build a home inside it. Then ask yourself one simple question. What can I control from this moment forward? You'll be surprised how quickly your mind moves from suffering to strength. Because every peaceful life begins with small choices repeated daily. And the next habit may be the most powerful one yet. Most people spend their entire lives exhausted. Not because life is too difficult, but because they're fighting battles they were never meant to win. Think about how much time you spend worrying about things you cannot control. Someone else's opinion, a coworker's attitude, whether people appreciate your efforts, the future of the economy, mistakes from years ago. None of these can be changed by worry, yet they quietly steal your peace every single day. The Stoics believe that this is where most suffering begins. Epictetus taught one of the simplest yet most powerful ideas ever spoken. Some things are within your control, and some things are not. Wisdom begins the moment you learn the difference. Your choices belong to you. Your attitude belongs to you. Your effort belongs to you. But other people's actions, opinions, and the final outcome of every situation never truly do. Imagine preparing for an important interview. You can study, practice, dress professionally, and give your very best. After that, the decision belongs to someone else. Yet many people continue torturing themselves for days, wondering if they said the wrong thing or if they could have done more. The strongest people don't live this way. Once they've done everything within their power, they let go. Not because they don't care, because they understand that worrying about the uncontrollable changes nothing except their peace of mind. Whenever anxiety begins to take over, pause and ask yourself one honest question. Can I control this right now? If the answer is yes, take action. If the answer is no, let it go. Every time you practice this, you reclaim a little more freedom. Over weeks and months, that freedom becomes emotional strength. But knowing what to control is only half the battle. The next habit teaches you how to become better every single day. At the end of each evening, before sleep, the philosopher Seneca practiced a quiet ritual that transformed his life. Instead of ending the day distracted or overwhelmed, he looked honestly at everything he had done. Not to criticize himself, not to feel guilty, but to grow. He asked simple questions. What did I act wisely? Where did I lose control? How can I become better tomorrow? That small habit gave every day a purpose. Most people repeat the same mistakes because they never stop long enough to notice them. One day blends into the next until months and years disappear. Reflection breaks that cycle. It turns experience into wisdom. Imagine driving across the country without ever looking at a map. You might keep moving, but eventually you'll realize you've been traveling in the wrong direction for miles. Life works exactly the same way. Without reflection, you're simply repeating habits instead of improving them. Every night, spend just a few minutes reviewing your day. Celebrate the moments where you stayed patient. Acknowledge the moments where emotions took control. Then decide how tomorrow's version of you will respond differently. Progress doesn't come from perfection. It comes from honest correction. The next morning, you begin again, slightly wiser than the day before. Another powerful Stoic practice may sound uncomfortable at first, but it prepares you for challenges before they ever arrive. Seneca advised imagining possible difficulties before beginning an important task. Not to become fearful, but to become ready. Before an important meeting, imagine that it might not go perfectly. Before a difficult conversation, consider that the other person may disagree. Before starting something meaningful, remind yourself that obstacles are part of the journey. This simple exercise removes the shock when problems appear. Most people suffer twice. First, in their imagination. Then again when reality doesn't match their expectations. Stoics suffered only once. They expected life to be difficult, so they weren't surprised when difficulty appeared. Instead of panic, they responded with preparation. Ask yourself before any important event, if this becomes difficult, how will I respond? That one question transforms fear into readiness. Because confidence isn't believing nothing will go wrong. Confidence is knowing you'll remain steady even if it does.